Welcome back, dear students. So today we'll be starting definite integrals, and all of you are quite aware of what is definite integrals and how to evaluate it. So we have definite integrals. So let me give you some examples of definite integrals here. So we have definite integrals are written in this way. So for example, this is called lower limit, this is your upper limit. Okay, so we have x square dx. Okay, so these are the examples of your definite integrals, right? Now we know how to evaluate it, right? But we are not aware of the geometrical interpretation, or what does it mean actually, right? So in today's class we'll be trying to learn what is the geometrical interpretation of definite integrals. Okay, so for that let me consider any general definite integral a to b. Okay, so let me write it somewhere over here. So let me call any general integral a to b fx dx. Okay, now what is the geometrical meaning of this? Let's try to understand. Okay, so basically a and b. So a and b are the values of x, all of you know, because you know that when you find the integral later on, you substitute the values for x by a and b in case of definite integral. So a and b are values for a x, right? So here in this case we have got a diagram. Okay, we have got a diagram, and this black one, this one is the graph of y equals to fx. Okay, and this starting position or this lower limit is my point a. So this is my point a here, and this is my upper point, so this point is my point b. Okay, so basically you see here we have got a blue area shaded, right? So this particular area is shaded with blue color. So this blue color actually represents your this thing. Okay, that is the definite integral. Okay, so that means this is nothing but the area under the curve. Okay, area under the curve y equals to fx. Okay, now you know we don't have any certain formula for calculating the area of this particular blue shaded region, like in case of rectangles. For example, in case of rectangle, your area formula is length into breadth, right? In case of circle, your area is pi r square. But we don't have formula for calculating area of any curve, right? So there is a general formula actually. Okay, there's a general formula for calculating area under any curve. Okay, but for that you need the concept of calculus. Okay, now here there are two formula. Okay, in most of the book they'll mention only one formula, but I'll be giving you two formula. Okay, so one is, okay, so this will be equals to limit h tends to 0. Okay, so we have you can write h. Okay, so we have let's say r is from 0 to n minus 1. See the difference. This is my h, this is my n. Okay, so we have f of a plus r h. Okay, now what is this h? Okay, so we will write that also. We will write that later. So this is one of the formula, and another formula is similar formula. Okay, but there will be some notations different. Limit h tends to 0, we'll write h. So summation is from, now r is from 0 to n minus 1, right? So in this case I'll write r is from n1 to n. Okay, see the difference. Earlier I wrote 0, so when I wrote 0, here you have to write n minus 1. Now if I write 1 here, then you have to write n here. Okay, so we have f of a plus rh again. Okay, now you must be wondering what is this h. Okay, so we write here where h is nothing but b minus a by n. Okay, and here we need to know, or we need to learn the concept of finding the limit, which you have in fact learned in your class 11 also. Okay, so you may note down your formula by pausing the video right now. Okay, so there are few results which are commonly used in this particular topic. Okay, so here are the formula. You may pause the video and note down these formula so that it will be easy for us to do the sums. Okay, so let's see the first problem for the day. Okay, so today I'll be evaluating this particular integral 1 to 2 x dx, simple one. Okay, now if I ask you to evaluate this, what you will do is you'll find the integral, right? So what you'll do is you'll find the integral of x will be x square by 2. You'll put lower limit and upper limit and you will substitute the values, right? So it becomes, so if you take 1 by 2 outside, you have x square, which can be written as 2 square, minus you have lower limit is 1, so in place of x you write 1, so it becomes 1 square. So your answer turns out to be 1 by 2. So 2 square is 4 minus 1, which is 3 by 2. See, please note down your answer. Answer will be 3 by 2. But let's check the answer using limit as a sum. Okay, so let me erase this. Remember, your answer is 3 by 2. Okay, so for that, what will I do is, remember the formula is fx equals to, let me use the first formula. I'm sorry, we have formula is integral a to b fx dx is equals to, see here carefully, it is limit h tends to 0 h summation r is from 0 to n minus 1 f of a plus rh, and you know h is b minus a by n. Okay, so this is the formula. Alright, so if you compare this with this, let's see what do we have. Lower limit, okay, so that is a we have. So let me write, let I equals to this integral. Okay, so we have a, okay, so the lower limit is 1, okay, upper limit is 2, so we have b equals to 2, and what do we have? Another thing, we have the function fx, right? So fx is how much? Fx is x here. I hope you are able to understand this. Okay, so what we need to calculate is, see, we have got h, right? So let's calculate what is h. Okay, now we have h, so therefore h is equals to b minus a by n. Okay, so we have b is how much? B is given to you 2 minus a is 1 by n, so it is 1 by n. Okay, now we have, so let's see what are the things that we have actually. So we have f of a plus rh. Okay, so let's calculate this also. Okay, so we have f of a is 1. Okay, let me write a plus rh. So we have f of a is 1 plus rh. R is, what do we have? R we don't know. Okay, so r is just a number, and we have h is how much? H is 1 by n, so that's why I can write this as 1 by n. Try and understand. A is 1, okay, r is there, h is 1 by n, so that's why it becomes this much. Okay, so therefore your integral I will be equals to, so 1 to 2 x dx. Okay, so as per the formula it becomes limit. Okay, now since you are changing h into n, see, you are writing h in terms of n, right? So as, see here carefully, as h tends to 0, okay, as h tends to 0, then what happens to n? If h goes to 0, okay, so bring it to the denominator, this n comes here, so 1 by h we have, right? So if h becomes 0, then the value of n becomes 1 by 0, which is infinity, right? So then n tends to infinity. So that means in place of h tends to 0, we can write n tends to infinity. Okay, so we have, in place of h we will write how much? H is 1 by n summation r is from 0 to n minus 1. Okay, so we have this much. All right, so we have f of a plus rh is f of 1 plus r by n. Okay, right. Now see here carefully. If f of x is x, okay, if f of x is x, then replace this x by 1 plus r by n. This also becomes 1 plus r by n, isn't it? If you have x here, you have x. So that's why if you have 1 plus r by n, then you will get 1 plus r by n here. So that's why this value becomes 1 plus r by n. Okay, so that's why let me write this as limit n tends to infinity 1 by n summation r is from 0 to n minus 1. So this becomes, how much is this? This is 1 plus r by n. Okay, so remember this. So this is your 1 plus r by n. Okay, so I don't have space here. You may pause the video and note down till here, so that we will move to next page. Okay. Okay, now see here carefully. Let's evaluate this. Let's try to evaluate this. So what will I do is, so let me write it here. So limit n tends to infinity 1 by n. Alright, so summation means first put the value of r to be 0. So when r is 0, this thing becomes 1 plus 0 by n, which is 1. Now summation means plus. Okay, now put next value for r, it will be 1. So it becomes 1 plus 1 by n. Remember, you are changing the value of r. Okay, so r is 1, so this much, plus summation is plus, next value for r will be 2. So it becomes 1 plus 2 by n, right? Similarly, it continues till the value of r becomes n minus 1. The value of r starts with 0 and ends with n minus 1. So when r becomes n minus 1, this value becomes 1 plus r is n minus 1 by n. Okay, right. So we have limit n tends to infinity. See here carefully. So this is 1 by n. Now what will I do is, we have many ones, right? So 1, 1, 1, 1. Okay, so we will keep them in one side. Okay, so we have 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus, but how many ones? That's the question, right? So from 0 to n minus 1. So if you count this as the first term, when r equals to 0, it becomes the first term. Then this becomes how many terms? It becomes n terms, right? See, you have n minus 1 terms, means you have n minus 1 here. But if you count 0 as 1, then n minus 1 will be counted as n, right? So basically there are how many terms? There are n terms. Okay, be very careful. This is your first sum. Okay, so we have the leftover part. Okay, so we have from here to here, right? So we have plus the leftover is 1 by n, plus we have next is 2 by n, plus we have, similarly next we will have 3 by n, and we will have this till where? Till this one, n minus 1 by n. Okay, so we have till here. Okay, so we have limit, so we have limit n tends to infinity 1 by n. Now you know here how many ones are there? N ones are there. So that means if you add, see, if I ask you add 3 ones, your answer will be 3. If I ask you 10 ones, if I ask you to add 10 ones, then your answer will be 1 plus 1 plus 1 till 10 will be exactly 10. So that means if you are adding 1 n times, then this sum is going to be from here to here is going to be exactly n. Okay, now observe this. What is the LCM? LCM is n. So you get 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus, right, till n minus 1. Okay, now look at this. numerator. Can I apply this formula? Yes. Okay, so we can apply this formula here. So in place of 1 plus 2 plus 3 till n minus 1, we can write n into n minus 1 divided by 2. Okay, so here I am writing, see here carefully. So we have limit n tends to infinity 1 by n plus, okay, so this is n into n minus 1 by 2, but we have, remember, n also. We have n also. So I see that few things are getting cancelled here. Okay, so you can, what you can do is you can pause and note down till here, so that we will do our next set of steps below this. Okay, so here, see here carefully. I see that few things are getting cancelled. For example, n gets cancelled. Yes. All right. So we have, now let's take this 1 by n inside. So it becomes 1 by n into n plus we have, okay, so let me keep half here. Can I write this as n by n in minus 1 by n? Can I do that? Yes, so this n can be written as 1 by n into n is n by n minus 1 by n into n, 1 is 1 by n. Okay, now again these two gets cancelled, right? These two also gets cancelled. So this becomes limit n tends to infinity. So this is your 1 plus 1 by 2, 1 minus 1 by n. Okay, now n tends to infinity, right? So that's why this becomes limit. Okay, so if I don't write limit, then we will substitute the value of n. So it becomes 1 plus 1 by 2, 1 minus 1 by n is infinity, right? So infinity. Now what is the value of this? The value of this is 0, right? So that's why this becomes equal to, so this is equal to 1 plus 1 by 2, 1 minus 0. Okay, so this becomes 1 plus 1 by 2 into 1 minus 0 is 1. So this becomes 1 plus 1 by 2, which is how much? 3 by 2. So initially we had checked that our answer should turn out to be 3 by 2, right? And we saw that our answer is 3 by 2. Okay, so you may pause the video and note down this particular solution. Okay, so pause the video and note down the solution. Now let's try to solve one more problem. Let me take, I'm taking random problem, okay. Let me take integral from let's say 0 to 3 x square dx. Okay, so let's try to use the usual way of solving this. Now you know the integral of x square will be 1 by 3 x cube, right? Now we have the lower limit and upper limit. So lower limit is 0, upper limit is 3, right? So 1 by 3. So put the value. So this becomes 3 cube minus, so lower limit is 0. So we'll put 0 cube. So this turns out to be, so 3 cube is 27 minus 0 is 27. So 1 by 3 into 27, right? So 3, 9. So that means your answer should turn out to be 9. Okay, so let's check whether we get this much or not. Okay, so for that let me make use of again the formula. So we'll be making use of the first formula again. So integral a to b fx dx. All of you know this is limit. Okay, let me write n tends to infinity only this time. Okay, so you have h summation is from r is from 0 to n minus 1 f of a plus rh, where r is or h is, or you can write, yeah, where h is equals to b minus a by n. So this is the formula that is available with us. Okay, so if I call this to be integral I, what I can do here is, we have a equals to 0, lower limit, right? So we have a equals to 0, the upper limit, that is b, is equals to 3, and what is the function? Function is this one. So that is fx is equals to x squared. That's all we have, right? Now we will calculate what is our h. Okay, so therefore your h will be equals to b minus a by n. So b minus a means 3 minus 0 by n, which turns out to be 3 by n. And we have, let's calculate this thing as well. Okay, so we have f of a plus r h will be equals to, so f of a is 0, all of you know that a is 0, plus r into h. What is h? H is 3 by n, right? So basically this is how much? This is f of 0, so no need to write 0 now, so 3r by n. So this becomes 3r by n, remember? Okay, now in place of x, if I write 3r by n, from this I'll get, it will be x square. That is, in place of x we have this, so that's why it will be 3r by n whole square, which is 3 square is 9, so 9 into r square by n square. I hope this much is clear. So therefore your integral, that is integral from 0 to 3 x square dx becomes, as per the formula, it will be limit n tends to infinity. We have h, but you know the value of h is 3 by n. Okay, summation. So we have summation, r is from 0 to n minus 1, f of a plus rh. F of a plus rh is how much? It is 9 into, see here, it is r square by n square. Okay, now 9 is a constant, so you can bring this 9 outside the integral sign. Okay, so it becomes 9 into 3. Okay, so when it comes outside, it becomes 27. So in fact you can bring that 27 within limit. Okay, outside limit. So 9 into 3 is 27, so I have written 27. Now we have limit n tends to infinity, so we have 1 by n. Okay, so summation r is from 0 to n minus 1, so we have r square by n square. Okay, right, so we have 27 limit n tends to infinity. Now as usual we'll put the value of n, r, sorry, so r becomes 0, the first value of this becomes 0, so it will be how much? So it becomes, see here carefully, 0 square becomes 0 only, right? So 0 square by n square becomes 0, plus next value for r will be 1, so it will be 1 square by n square. Okay, 1 square by n square, plus next value will be 2 square, right? Next value for r will be 2, so it becomes 2 square by n square. Remember here I am changing only the value of r, n will remain as it is, okay, because here the variable is r. Okay, plus next value will be 3, so 3 square by n square. Okay, so we have 3 square by n square, plus it continues and it will end with the value of r is n minus 1, right? So it becomes n minus 1 whole square by n square. Okay, so that's all we get. Okay, so we don't have to write 0 again and again, so we have 27 limit n tends to infinity, 1 by n is there. So basically here what am I going to do is I'll find the LCM of the remaining things. So obviously LCM will be n square, so it becomes 1 square plus 2 square plus 3 square plus continues till n minus 1 whole square. Alright, so that's all we get. So we don't have space here, you may pause the video and note down till here. Okay, now let's observe this numerator. Okay, so we have already written the formula for this numerator, so let me show you the formula that you have already written. So you have written, see, this is nothing but n into n minus 1 into 2n minus 1 whole divided by 6. So this formula I am using. Okay, so if I use this formula, then we get, see here carefully, so let me move it a bit up. Okay, so others will remain as it is. So we have 27 limit n tends to infinity 1 by n. Okay, alright, so let me write this as 1 by n cube in fact. So let me write this as 1 by n cube. You know why? Because we have this also, no? So n into n square is n cube. Now we have this thing. So I told you this is n into n minus 1 into 2n minus 1 whole divided by 6. Okay, so see here carefully, we see that n and this gets cancelled, so this becomes n squared now. Okay, so this is equal to, 27 limit n tends to infinity. So 1 by n squared is there, remember, right? So okay, you have 6 also, no? So let's bring this 6 also outside. So it becomes by 6. Okay, so this n squared, can I write this as n minus 1 by n into 2n minus 1 by n? Can I do that? Obviously, right? I have given, see, we have got 2 n's. How many n's? 2. One is given to this and another is given to this. Okay, right. Now let me simplify this further. So 27 by 6, you can cancel them, right? So let's cancel with 3. So 3 2s are 6, 3 9s are 27, right? So this is equal to 9 by 2, right? Limit n tends to infinity. See here carefully. Now can I write this as n by n minus 1 by n into 2n by n minus 1 by n? Can I do that? Obviously, right? So here also you see that this and this gets cancelled, this and this gets cancelled, right? Okay, so therefore this becomes, see here, 9 by 2. Now put the value of n. Okay, so if you put, see, you have here 1 minus 1 by infinity into, here we have only 2, so 2 minus 1 by infinity, right? Now all of you know that the value of this is, okay, so 1 minus this 0 and this becomes 2 minus 0. Okay, now ultimately you get, see here carefully, 9 by 2, 1 minus 0 is 1 into 2 minus 0 is 2. So this 2 gets cancelled and ultimately your answer turns out to be 9. And initially I showed you that the value of that particular integral turns out to be 9. Yes, so this is how we need to solve this. You may pause the video and note down your solution. Let's take one more, and this is going to be my last question for today. Okay, so question says evaluate this integral. Okay, so let me take minus 1 to 2. Okay, so let's take 3x cube. Okay, so let's take this problem now. Alright, so if I ask you to solve this in the usual way, what you will do is you will take 3 outside. You have minus 1 to 3x cube dx and you get 3. See, the integral of this will be x to the power 4 by 4. So write that by 4 here and you have the limits minus 1 to 3. Now put the value. So you have 3 by 4. So this becomes 3 to the power 4 minus x becomes minus 1. Lower limit is minus 1 to the power 4, right? Okay, so 3 to the power 4 is 81. So this is 3 by 4. So this becomes 81 minus, so it becomes 1, right? So this is 3 by 4 into 80, right? 81 minus 1 is 80. So let's do the cancellation. So 20. So your answer must turn out to be 60. Let's see whether we get our answer to be 60 or not. Okay, so let's quickly solve this. So for that, now I am not going to write that formula again and again. You must be able to understand. This is your a. Okay, so we have, so let me write here. So we have a equals to minus 1, b equals to upper limit is 2, and fx is, the function is this entire thing, that is 3x cube. Okay, right, we have got this thing. Now see here carefully, we need to find as per the formula what is h, right? So therefore h will be equals to b minus a, that is 2 minus a is minus 1 divided by n. And how much is this? This is 3 by n, right? So h is there, and let's find what is our f of a plus rh. This is also there, right? So we have f of a is minus 1 plus r into h. So h is 3 by n. So that's why this becomes 3r by n. Okay. Now see, in place of x we have this entire thing. So that's why this becomes, the value of this becomes 3x cube, right? And what is that x cube? X is here minus 1 plus 3r by n, right? Okay, or in other words, you can write this as, see here carefully, you can write this as 3 into 3r by n minus 1 whole cube, right? So if you do that, then it becomes a minus b whole cube, and all of you know that a minus b whole cube is how much? It is a cube minus 3a square b plus 3ab square minus b cube. So this is the formula. Now let's put the formula here. Okay, so we have, so this can be written as 3 into, alright, so let me take some space, so let me write it here. Okay, so let me write it here, right? So we have 3 into 3r by n minus 1 whole cube. Okay, so this becomes 3 into a cube. A cube means this one, so this becomes 3r by n whole cube minus 3a square, that is 3r by n square into b plus 3a into b square. B is 1, so it becomes 1 square minus b cube, that is 1 cube. So this is the formula. Okay, now open the bracket, so you get 3 into, so we have 3 into, so this is 3 square, 3 cube is 27 r cube by n cube minus, so this is 3 square is 9, 9 into 3 is again 27, so this becomes 27 r square by n square plus, this becomes, see here, 3 3s are 9, so this becomes 9r by n minus 1 cube is just 1. Okay, so I don't have space here, you may pause the video and note down till here quickly. Alright, so let's move a bit. So we got, this is your, remember this is your f of a plus rh. Okay, so therefore your integral, so therefore the integral is integral minus 1 to 2 3x square dx will be equals to, so remember the formula is limit n tends to infinity 1 by, I'm sorry, it is n, right? I'm sorry, h, right? As per the formula there should be h, but you know the value of h is 3 by n, right? So 3 by n, summation is from, r is from 0 to n minus 1 f of a plus rh, right, which is 3 into 27 r cube by n cube minus 27 r square by n square plus 9r by n minus 1. So this is the formula, right? So bring this 3 out here, so you get 3 3s are 9. Bring that 9 outside, so you get 9 here. Okay, so we have limit n tends to infinity 1 by n. Now can I put the formula here? I'm sorry, can I put the value? Yes, obviously. Now put the value of r to be 0. Okay, so when you do that, it becomes 0. So basically this entire thing is going to be equals to 0. Remember 3 into 3 is 9, so this is gone, so you cannot write 3 again and again. So if you put the value of r to be 0, then these 3 becomes 0 and you get only -1. So you have -1, summation means plus. Now put the value of r to be 1. So you get, see here carefully, so you get, so you get 27 into 1 cube by n cube minus 27 into 1 square by n square plus 9 into 1 by n minus 1. Okay, so this is my second value when r becomes 1. Okay, now next will be, let's see what will be the value. Let me write it here. So it will be plus, now next value for r will be 2, remember. So it becomes, so 27 into 2 cube by n cube minus, we have 27 into r square, that is 2 square by n square plus 9 r is 2 by n minus 1. Okay, similarly it continues and it will end with the value of n will be n minus 1. The last value of r is n minus 1. So it becomes 27 into n minus 1 whole cube. So this is the value of r by, we have n cube, we have minus 27, in place of r we have n minus 1 whole square by n square plus 9r, that is 9 into r is n minus 1 by n minus 1. Okay, so this is the last value, so you can close the bracket now. Okay, right. So we have, see here carefully, so we have, what will I do here is, be very very careful with your work. Okay, so we have 9, you know that there is 9. So basically what will I do is, I'll group these together, this one, this one, this one. Okay, so you see how much do you get. So we have limit, okay, let me change the color. So we have limit n tends to infinity. Okay, so first and foremost I'll group all -1. So we have -1, this one, this is my first one, this is my second one, I'm sorry, this is my second one, so this one is my second -1. Okay, so -1, next is this one. Okay, and it continues till where, how many -1s are there? There will be exactly n -1s again. Okay, right. So we have -1 how many times? N times. Okay, now what we'll do is, we'll group these things, these cubes. Okay, so we group cubes, so this one is there, this one is there, this one is there. Now if you see in all these cubes, 27 is common, right? Yes or no? See, we have 27 here, here, here as well. So if you take out 27 by n cube, let's say 27 by n cube. So if I take 27 by n cube to be common, then from the first one you get 1 cube plus from the second one you get 2 cube. Remember 27 by n cube is outside, plus it continues and the last one is this one, right? So in the last one you get 27 by n cube is outside, so you get n minus 1 whole cube. Okay, so that's what you get. Okay, so this is all about the cubes. Similarly we have squares, right? So in squares, if you see in the squares, that is this one and this one, we have 27 by n square common with negative sign. Yes or no? So let me take that also common. So we have minus 27 by n square common. Okay, so from this you get 1 square, from the second one you get 2 square, and it continues till where? Till n minus 1 whole square. Okay, and at last we have this one. Okay, so if you see in this one and this one, 9 by n is common with positive sign. So if I take 9 by n common, from here you get 1, from the next one you get 2, it continues and it ends up with n minus 1. Yes, Okay, now we are done. Now if you see here, okay, so you can note down and pause and note down if you have any difficulty here. Okay, so here what we will do is we will again go back to the formula that we have learnt. Okay, so we have 9. Just wait a minute, I have not written 1 by n, I guess. Yes, 1 by n is missing, right? So we have limit n tends to infinity, 1 by n is there. Now if I ask you how much is the value of this, obviously it will be minus n. Okay, plus we have 27 by n cube. Now what is the value of this? 1 cube plus 2 cube plus n minus 1 whole cube. Let's see from the formula. So if you see, this is n into n minus 1 by 2 whole square, right? So we have, in place of this I will be writing n into n minus 1 whole by 2 whole square, right? So whole square can be written as this much also, right? So let me write here 4. I'm sure you are able to understand this. Okay, so in place of this I have written this much. We have minus 27 by n square. Now you have already seen the value of this from the earlier problem. It is exactly n into n minus 1 into 2n minus 1 divided by 6, right? So this is the value. Sorry, so this is the value, right? So divided by 6 is the value. We have plus 9 by n. Now 1 plus 2 plus 3 till n minus 1 is n into n minus 1 by 2. That also you have seen. I'm sure you are able to understand. Now let's see the cancellations that can be done here. So we have n square and n cube gets cancelled, only n is left. Similarly, this and this also gets cancelled, this and this also gets cancelled, right? Okay, right. So we have any other cancellations possible? Yes. So you can cancel with 3 here, 2, right? So yeah, 3. So 3 2s are 6, 3 9s are 27. So no other cancellations possible. Okay, now what we'll do is, in the next step we will bring this 1 by n, we'll bring this 1 by n within this sign. Okay, so you get 1 by n into minus n is n gets cancelled, so it will be minus 1. Okay, plus we have 27 by 4. Okay, 27 by 4. So you have, see here carefully, only n is left. So can I write this as n minus 1 whole square by n square? Can I write that? Because we have n, so n into n is n square. So minus we have 9 by 2. So see here we have n into n minus 1 into 2n minus 1. And see here we have n, and because of this n it becomes again n square, right? So plus here we don't have anything, so we have 9 by 2. So can I write this as n minus 1 by n? Yes. Okay, so we are now close to our answer. Alright, so we have 9, limit n tends to infinity is there, minus 1 plus 27 by 4. Okay, so all of you know this can be written as n by n minus 1 by n whole square. Okay, we have plus 9 by 2, I'm sorry, minus 9 by 2. So here we have minus 9 by 2. Okay, so again this also can be written as n by n minus 1 by n into 2n by n, 2n by n minus 1 by n plus 9 by 2. The last one is n by n minus 1 by n, right? Okay, so that's what we have. Let's close the bracket. Alright, so we have 9. Now see the cancellations here. Okay, so now substitute the value of n, so it becomes minus 1 plus 27 by 4. So let me directly write its value. Okay, so it is 1 minus 0 whole square, which is just 1. So 1 can be written as this much. Okay, minus 9 by 2. Now put the value of n to be infinity. This is 1 minus 0. So 9 by 2 into 1 is 9 by 2 itself. Okay, and here we have 2 also, remember. So it becomes into 2. Okay, plus we have 9 by 2, the last one. Okay, so this also gets cancelled. So 1 minus 0 is 1. So no need to write that. Okay, so we have 2 into gets cancelled, right? So we have 9 minus 1 minus 9 is minus 10 plus 27 by 4 plus we have 9 by 2, right? So all of you know the simplification now. So your LCM, you have to find the LCM, right? So LCM will be 4. So LCM will be 4 here. So let's quickly do this. So this will be minus 40 plus 27 plus how much? So 9 2s are 18, right? So simplify now. So 9 minus 40 plus, let's add them. So you get 45, right? So it will be 45 by 4. So you have, see here carefully. So 9 into this becomes 5 by 4, right? So how much is this? This is 9 5s are 45 by 4. So that's what I'm getting to be my answer. Let me quickly go back to the question that was given. Okay, so I think I told you something else to be the answer. Okay, so let me check once again. Okay, so I told you my answer. I think I told you the wrong simplification. So it will be 3 minus 1 to 2 x cube dx. So it becomes 3 by 4 x to the power 4 minus 1 to 2. Okay, so when you simplify this, yes, it will turn out to be 44 by 5. Kindly check this. Okay, so initially what I showed was wrong, but the answer that we, or the calculation that we have done is correct. Okay, so all right, so we have shown that our answer turns out to be exactly how much? 45 by 4. Okay, so you may pause the video and note down your solution, and we'll do only this much for today. Okay, thank you very much.